Welcome back to Christy TV, my correct people them. Queen Naomi's arrest. Queen Naomi Ogunwusi, which is the former wife of the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye, Enitarin Ogunwusi, has finally broken down. Kai, this lady was among the people that organized that giveaway, the charity that claimed 5,000 people's lives during Stampede. My correct people them no be small thing o. Queen Naomi's mother have come online to cry. She have cried and her heart is shattered and broken. She unleashed a soul-reaching cry that could not be ignored. With tears streaming down her face, she recounted the brutal and inhuman treatment her daughter had endured at the hands of law enforcement after the devastating Ibadan stampede. Police people don arrest dis lady o, and as they arrest her, na so she go police station go faint, my correct people dem. She spoke of a power from above far beyond her understanding is hindering her release, holding her captive. The mother of Mercy don finally broken her silence, speaking out passionately about the unbearable situation her daughter now finds herself in. Recall that Queen Naomi was among those arrested after the tragic stampede in Ibadan, which claimed the lives of several innocent victims following her organizers. My correct people them for Christmas funfair, which meant to bring joy to children. But unfortunately, this thing led to stampede, which claims people's lives. So in the aftermath, as Queen Naomi and other organizers were detained and arraigned in court, her mother, devastated by the turn of events, took to her daughter's official Instagram page to express her heart attack and confusion. No be that alone o, many Nigerians don dey condemn the treatment meted on this Queen Naomi, that they should not be arrested, they should not be doing this, because it was not their intention to kill people. Their intention was not to cleanse people's life, that this thing can happen at any time, because I've been doing this almost every year. Unfortunately, this year own led to stampede. My God, people, they make una hear waiting people talk concerning this particular incident that happened in Ibadan. Let many people's life. I beg you finish watching it. If you never subscribe to our YouTube channel, do well to subscribe. Turn on the notification button so that you get notified of all latest Nigerian news. Christy TV got to cover.
This is nonsense. I'm sorry to say. And this is not me trying to be insensitive to the plight of the children that died. It is very tragic. But if the purpose is to punish those responsible for the deaths, how is it the organizers? Now, okay, let's look at the facts on ground. The event was supposed to start for 10 a.m. Okay? The security personnel was supposed to arrive for 8. The venue was locked. All right? And it wasn't meant to be open till the security personnel arrived by 8 for an event that was supposed to start at 10. Now, from what we have, from the reports we have, people came overnight. People had already started arriving overnight and were throwing their children over the fence into the compound. I saw one very tragic one, that one of the children, that it was as the mother threw the child over the fence, as the child landed, he or she, I don't know, hit his or her head and died instantly. Overnight. So I don't understand. So how is this the fault of the organizers exactly? That you organize an event, it's supposed to start at 10, your security personnel are supposed to arrive for 8, but overnight people had already stormed the venue and were already through, because the place was locked up, and were throwing their children over the fence into the premises. When the organizers heard that this was happening, they had to come and now open the place and now start trying to rescue the children. I mean, because by that time there was already a stampede. Do you understand? How is this the fault of the organizers? So is it a problem to do good in this country right now? Because we're dealing with so much, and a few people try once in a while from the little that God has blessed them with to also touch people's lives. Now, this thing can happen to anybody, for real, honestly. Yes, we understand the root cause of this matter is there is hunger in the land. But is it hunger that will make you to endanger the life of your child, throwing your child over the fence? into how bad is that hunger? I think we are sick. We are not well as a people. We are not all right. Do you understand? I think we're not all right. And if you look at these people that are guilty of this, these people that were throwing their children, it's not like they don't have food to eat. I mean, I know that things are bad, but if we investigate each and every one of those people, it is not that it is so bad that they do not have anything to eat at all, as in they are totally gone. Do you understand? Because what exactly did they want to give you that you felt the life of your child, I mean, didn't have meaning enough for you to throw the child over the fence? Say Spider-Man let's show over the fence. And now the poor organizers who are trying to be a blessing are now arrested, charged to court. So what exactly is going on? What is going on? Because don't tell me that you are just trying to make an example of it. To what end? To what end exactly? Because we really need to be very, very careful, because we're setting a very, very terrible antecedent here. I mean, very terrible precedents. Pardon my grammar. Do you understand? We need. Look, I think people need to speak up about this. Why are those parents? Why have the police not fished out all those parents that threw their children over the fence and also charged them? Because as far as I'm concerned, they are the offenders. An event is supposed to start for 10. What business do you have there being there overnight? These are the people that the police are supposed to arrest and investigate and question, not the organizers. Because the organizers, I mean, it's clear. The facts are clear. I just hope they have good lawyers, because as far as I'm concerned, this case, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, or I'm not in a position to, like, I'm not trying to, but come on now. Come on. Make we all look this matter now. I think it's very fair for Prophetess Naomi to be remanded, for Uriyomi Hamzat to be remanded on this matter. I think it's very, very unfair, and I think people need to speak up. Do you understand? I think people really need to speak up, because our government needs to do better. You don't just say because you are trying to look good to the people and you want the people to feel that you are doing something, you are being proactive. So you now trample on the rights of citizens, or you now abuse the rights of people who have done no wrong. Please, this is wrong, and something needs to be done. These people should be set free. They should be released. And let those parents who threw their children over the fence be arrested and be prosecuted. Those are the real offenders.
It's another reflection of the failure of our country. The state of our country is going worse. And I don't join the wailers, neither do I join the doomsday prophets to say that things are bad in this country. We all work, whether in the media or as legal practitioners, work tirelessly to contribute our quota to ensuring that this country becomes better. What has happened today is simply a reflection of how bad the things are. I actually fought back tears when I saw that woman crying and shouting that Nigerians are hungry. And because of the detachment of those who either have the means to survive or those who have access to government resources, they don't seem to really understand. Let's get something clear. And it pains. I mean, it was very painful to hear the highly respected Tunju Disu, the Commissioner of Police. Yes, he's done very well. He's got a good reputation as a policeman, but he forgot something. That the principal responsibility of the police, according to Section 7 of the Police Act, is to ensure public order and public safety. What has happened either in Ibadan, in Anambra State, and today in Abuja, those things are those events are simply a reflection of a failure of responsibility. So those who are supposed to, the police is not meant to respond. Not to respond. We first responders oftentimes in times of emergency are either the National Emergency Management Agency, or the fire service department, or the civil service, civil defense corps. The police ought to, because I was discussing with a legal mind over this matter, particularly the judicial correspondent Toby Shoni, and we looked at the possibility of reasonable foreseeability. Whose responsibility it is to reasonably foresee what could happen. Look, let me tell you something. A church exists for humanitarian, purely for spiritual, development of the congregants, and then and particularly for Catholics, when I was hungry, you fed me. So they take that, that injunction of the Bible very seriously. So when I was in prison, you visited me. So the Catholics don't play with, these issues of giving alms and offering humanitarian services. And the same thing, even Pentecostals have gone around holding soup kitchens. And that's why I'm not surprised that the ex-queen of the Oni of Ife, was involved, because it's a part of a spiritual exercise. They are not supposed to reasonably foresee the possibility of a crowd that will grow out of control. Now, let me tell you, the idea, because...
But he said that, the police was not informed, adequately informed. That's one.
Please.
He also balanced it up by saying,
for goodness
just
sake,
a moment.
When a criminal is coming to invade, does he inform the police?
He also...
What are you talking about? That people who are gathering food to give to people who are poor, that the government could not provide a reasonable situation for, and then you are telling me that they should be concerned about informing police that there will be trouble because they want to distribute food.
He has also said, look, that there is an order on ground for his men, to respond, or not to wait until something happens or they are informed before they respond.
Let me tell you something, for goodness sake. There's a failure of intelligence, a failure of responsibility, and the Nigerian state is responsible for all of the deaths that have happened in Ibadan, in Anambra and Abuja. The Nigerian state could have put things in place. It had agents in place that could have prevented it. There were policemen who ought to be on surveillance in this city. We have surveillance cameras posted on this city who ought to know that there is a growing crowd there, and they ought to dispatch themselves, waiting for the Catholic Church to inform them. What kind of crass irresponsibility is that?
Well, let's look at, because some have commended the intentions behind these giveaway, but question their, execution as well. Of course, the police, perhaps may have to also take the blame, like you said. But again,
the Nigerian state should take the blame. The Nigerian state should be responsible for these deaths, and it should do everything possible to compensate the families and apologize to the religious bodies, apologize to the Catholic Church, apologize to all of those persons that are trying to use as scapegoats because they were trying to help in a situation of mass hunger. Should we be this hungry as a country that is this rich? Should we be this hungry that our citizens will run after Indomie and die? This is a national tragedy. I'm happy the president has called off his meetings out of respect for this huge embarrassment against this country. Look, stop this scapegoatism.
Police failed. We failed. Our country has again failed these people. This is a tragedy. It's a reflection of how much our country has failed. Now, stop blaming anybody. Blame those irresponsible people who collect salaries, who don't know how to do their jobs, who don't know how to prevent a thing before it happens, and after it happens, we hold press conferences. For goodness sake, we owe these people not so more than compensation. We need to improve this country. This is an international embarrassment. Your people dying because they want to collect, they went to soup kitchen, and then they stampede, and then the police says they should have informed them. What kind of irresponsibility is this?
Let's look at how do we, going forward, what are the measures or perhaps a framework that we need to put in place beyond informing the police and say, look, you need to be here, or beyond police taking proactive steps and say, well, we need to go to that place, there's something happening there. What are the things that we need to put in place in terms of measures, perhaps to checkmate such incidents?
I listened to your interview with the Commissioner of Police. When government officials are given discretion to make regulations, they foresee possibilities. In our own case, and I hate this blame game, in our own case, we do not, and again, this is a call for us to step up, we do not sit down to think and be proactive and to see what possibilities can happen, and then you make regulations. The National Civil Defense Corps, during the days of when terrorism was rife, was, tried as much as possible to give certain regulations, preventive regulations to markets, to malls, and all sort of places. Why is it that we don't have prescriptive measures on the part of the police to religious organizations, to charitable organizations, to persons? I even had the idea myself of distributing food in my own locality. So if people died, you were going to blame me? Because the idea is this, word of mouth, we're so hungry, and then there's food going out there, and so let's go there. And the way you see the crowd surging, so if it were Shiites, they were surging into FCT, you get enough intelligence to stop them. But you didn't stop the hordes of hungry people because you don't really care about them. This government must care about them. And look, they must, and this is so utterly embarrassing. In a situation where we have a Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs that has spent billions of naira over the previous years, saying that it is carrying out social interventionist schemes to cover, to reduce poverty, and there's this poor state for ordinary noodles. People will die in the Federal Capital Territory. Because, look, the church may have just simply envisaged 1,000 persons will come, and they provided for 2,000. And I know what they do. And then they make calls for people to even bring food. But did you see the people that were going there? They didn't have to be members of the church. They didn't even have to be Christians. But they simply heard that something was going on there, and they went in large crowd. So the point is this: failure on the part of inability to reasonably foresee that this will happen. And the Commissioner of Police said so much about gathering data and then analyzing data. Those were things, they were self-indicting themselves.
All right. Just before I let you go, Frank Tete, of course, we do know that the IG has expressed sadness, about
it doesn't end there.
But also, he also has warned about unauthorized, gathering. So, how do we?
Section
yes, just to land on the question. Just to land on that question.
Guarantees the freedom to assemble. Are you getting me?
Yes.
You don't need to get permission to do good things.
But what he's saying is unorganized.
How?
Unorganized.
How do you mean organized?
Gathering and unauthorized.
They were simply overwhelmed because of the state, the high state of hunger. Now, we also I don't want to sound like a broken record, because the idea is that when the crowd was surging, there should have been some form of first response on the part of the police. It didn't happen. That crass negligence, national negligence on our part, makes Nigeria responsible for the death of the persons in Ibadan, in Anambra, and in Abuja. We must take responsibility for it. It is not enough to be sad. It's not enough for us to say we condemn. We console or we express condolence. No, we must stop this political correctness. If we have to be a country that wants to move from this place, and look, it may be happening to these poor people today. Who knows who it will happen to tomorrow? Well, I hope the president goes beyond cancelling his events to taking responsibility. If he doesn't, we will. I believe there are many people around, human rights activists, who will hold this government to account.
Everybody needs food. Every Nigerian needs food. We need help. We need help. Come and see a lot of people that die. The woman.
How did it happen?
They just opened the gate.
In this morning?
In this morning, okay. Everybody just rush out. Rush! Then some people fell. And then I started matching some people. They matched them to death.
Like how many people do you know that you saw like that?
The one I saw, they are more than 10.
They are more than 10.
They are more than 10.
Men and women are the only women.
Women, but children.
Women and children.
But children.
Women. We need help.
Even the woman I know.
We need help.
She died.
We are there when the people are pushing there. When they push us, the woman, she stayed at my front. She fell down. I touched the woman. She cannot move.
Taking their children,
and she's from my side.
Over
the same
the fence
area. We
inside.
stay together. We stay in
if
the
I can't
same
get
area.
At least you go. The same Nigerians, if you say, oh, we are meeting by 10 a.m., they will arrive past 10, 11, so in fact from 1 p.m. The same Nigerians will now be at a venue for a program of 10 a.m. They were now there since 5 a.m. That is hunger. Chronic hunger. Lunjebe. Me, I don't know what motivation the people who gather crowd to give alms. I don't know the motivation they have. Personally, anywhere there is crowd like this much that we have to struggle to go in, I don't go. I turn back because it's already susceptible. Like that kind of crowd is already vulnerable. It's already prone to any kind of thing. I personally don't like gathering crowd. In fact, I hate the idea of we gather crowd for the sake of we want to give alms. I hate it. But for those who have the courage to do it, the courage to gather people for the sake of giving alms, on the trial, but then what cost it? How somebody who stole billions and threw people like this into hunger, hunger and starvation, how such person will be given pat on the wrist by EFCC? You know, they'll just say, no, not EFCC, courts, the judiciary. So one person loot fund that would have fed all these people, empowered them. I don't believe in the idea of the charity idea. The only time you will see me raising money for somebody is it could be health or something that requires urgent intervention. But for food, or rather, what can you do? We empower you to start doing it so that you won't have to depend on anybody. Charity has never given anybody prosperity. Nobody under this kind of condition has ever become prosperous. Nobody. Show me one. Nobody under charity that they are giving you hams to eat, you now become prosperous. No, it's not possible. Charity is just like charity for the moment. So I don't believe in charity. But for those who have the courage to do it, I'm not condemning you. But I'm saying those who stole the fortune of the country that subjected these people to require charity before they can feed, just for breakfast. To look at these people, because I'm not sure the quantity of rice they want to give these people will sustain them, will sustain each of them for up to a week. I don't think so. Budgets that could have empowered all these ones, their parents, to be self-sufficient, is already stolen. Education budgets, health budgets, budgets for trade and investment, already stolen. When I hear the word Oluomo, there's a way I feel. I just feel he must be a wicked person. God forgive me. Or he must be a self-centered person. Because the concept of Oluomo to me means that you amassed those things to yourself and you are giving others pitances or charity. So if charity or alms giving is what makes somebody an Oluomo, me, I just don't like such person. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't hate. But my bone cringes, At such person, I just see you as self-centered person. Because there's nothing that says you can't tell others, oh, this is what to do, so that you won't have to depend on me. I hate the idea of somebody depending on someone. I hate it. Give everybody, and let everybody, imagine this crowd now. Imagine they are engaged gamefully. Imagine what that even means to the economy itself. Imagine what it means to the economy that all this crowd, imagine that they are gainfully employed. Fund for his boat business. Imagine. For instance, imagine this Ogwe Emmanuel from YouTube on YouTube. Imagine we have how many of these persons, maybe say 100, that we can lift out of this crowd. Lift out of this crowd. It will reduce this crowd, and these Emmanuels, for instance, will also in turn be able to empower others. And the exponential impact of that is that we are reducing this crowd. But you see Nigerian politicians now, they prefer that they raise the price of rice and gari that you cannot afford. They will now buy it in bulk and put their, in fact, the cost of even printing their name and faces on it, it beats me. Oh. The cost of still going to print face and name on it. Ha! Emmanuel, how much have you raised? How much are you looking for? Tim Ajek, thank you so much. I so much appreciate you. I see your hand. Oh. And let me also take this moment to appreciate when we were raising money for Baba Mubarak. Yeah, we got, apart from the 50K we first got, that we sent, we gave him to embark on the journey to Abeokuta to go and commence his treatment. We also got another 100K, you know, people don't like to be mentioned. We also got another 100K from somebody on YouTube and another 20K from somebody on IG, Instagram. So we had 120K to share among the 3 cases. That is the guy, Baba Mubarak, the guy on kidney, that has kidney issue, waiting transplant, and the sickle cell guy, Chinedu Kalu. So we had 120K to share again among the 3 of them. But we still need more. We still need more. We have like 30K left at hand right now. 30K left now. But we need more because we have to monitor Baba Mubarak to recovery. So, and we understand that the treatment will be in phases. So, let's share love this moment, please. If it is in your mind or your heart to say, "Oh, I want to share love this season," please do. You have our account. I can post it again in the community. I'll post it again in the community so that you all can see it. See, Majek, I really can't put figure to it, but if we have something in the range of say 500, like in the immediate, if you have like 500K, I can guarantee that at least we would have taken care of Baba Mubarak to an extent. You can say yes, it will be back, like he would have recovered to an extent that he will be sustained, or he can continue to manage his health if he has something to do. We were looking for a job for him. He was changing keke with somebody, you know, they were shifting keke, like somebody would do from morning till evening. He would take it from evening till, so he was managing like that while we're still looking for something he could be doing. The reason I don't want to get him a job that will take him far away is because you understand the condition of the wife. The woman is blind. Don't forget Mubarak's case. Mubarak was the highest of the woman, but police incidents happened. They took Mubarak. He's still in the morgue. So it's only the man now that is with them. So that's why I don't want to get him. Otherwise, I would have gotten him a job that would take him away, and he will be able to be sending money home to the family. But if I must get something for him to be doing, it has to be around where they live. They live around Abule Egba. So we have to get somewhere, a job that will not take him far away, so that he could be going home to look after the family. So in the interim, is shifting the use of keke with another colleague, and but now is down due to health problem. You know, the dust they inhale when they go and do this, their keke, the stress, the thinking. You know, the first amount they make when they do this job. Yes, don't forget what led to that incident. It was Owolopa that they killed Ele for, that the police had to stab Ele to death. So by the time all the money they make, they have to first buy fuel, Owolopa, pay tickets, pay this over Agberu. So at the end of labor, by the time they labor, and they'll still have to pay deliver. It's not, the keke is not his own. They'll still pay delivery money. At the end of the day, whatever be left to go back home with will not be sufficient to even buy water, let alone feed the whole family, pay NEPA bill, pay that. So we have to always intervene to pay their rent. So I don't know how else to describe this. You will not understand. So it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. But Team Ajek, to answer your question straight, if we get like say 500k in the immediate, if we get more than that, I'll be happy because it will assist me to be able to set them up on something small that they can. The other day somebody gave us money. I gave the girl 100k to start a POS business. That one has been useful to an extent, sustaining them. But how much is 100k? How much is 100k? But she has been managing it, and she has a baby too. You see, it's serious. Like I'm reporting it like this, but God forbid that you're in that situation to understand it. So if we really want to set them up, we need a lot of money. But I don't know how to ask for money like that. So it doesn't look like Abishegu no need to, I need money too, but I don't know how to ask like that. But if we see from 500 upward, my own immediate concern is how to make sure that the father, at least, we are able to revive him. You understand? It was a rakpa that they did for him in church. So we need to first get his health back, get him back on his health. My interest is health right now. It's life. Kasha do life, because it's on the verge. It's on the verge. So it is either we lose him or we revive him. To revive him is my primary concern, Laura Konsha. I just want to make sure that we revive him. Once he is back to life and I can guarantee that, okay, fine, we have checked everything is relatively normal, okay, and can continue his life, and whatever is left, we'll just give him, say, oh yeah, whatever you can be doing with it. So my primary concern is life first. Let's race for his is my primary concern.
Who are we to blame regarding this thing happening in the economy at the moment? There is no other people to be blamed except the so-called Nigerian politicians. Yes, why am I saying this? We all know that, let's say, even during Buhari regime, the cost of things at this moment was not even up to half of it during Buhari regime. Tinubu have reduced Nigerians to become beggars in the broad daylight. People are now suffering. People have now turned to beggars. Imagine thousands of people rushing just to collect a bag of rice that many people can easily afford. Few years ago, you can afford up to 5 bags of rice, and yet nothing will happen. Your money will not even feel like as if you have touched it. But now, even to afford 1 bag of rice is a problem. People are trying to do ceremony, one festive thing or the other, and now finding it difficult to cope with it, to even afford it. Things are very costly at the moment. Everything in Nigeria have increased drastically. My correct people, them no be small thing wetin una gat to talk concerning this matter. For us to blame, we are to blame no other people but the so-called Nigerian government. Now, they have brought out the charges they levied against this Queen Naomi and the other organizer, that both of them joined hands together to organize this fun fair. These are the charges levied against Queen Naomi. They were 3 in number that they filed this lawsuit case against them. But come of it, why are this kind of thing happening in this our own generation? The Commission of Police Oyo State versus Naomi Ogunwusi, which is the former wife of Oni, and Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat, with Fasasi Abdullahi Babatunde, age 56 years, and Hamzat, age 51 years, and Naomi, age 31 years. That you, Naomi Silikonya Ogunwusi, F. Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat M, and Fasasi Abdullahi Babatunde M, and others now at large. On the 18th day of December 2024, between 5 o'clock a.m. and 8 o'clock a.m. at Islamic High School, Bashorum area Ibadan in the Ibadan Magistrate District did conspire with one another to commit felony to with acceleration of death and thereby committed an offence contrary to Section 324 of the Criminal Code Cap 38, Volume 2, Volume 2, Laws of Oyo State of Nigeria in the year 2000. Count 2, that you, Naomi Ogunwusi, F. Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat M. and Fasasi Abdullahi Babatunde M. and others now at large on the street on the same date, time and place in the aforementioned magistrate did unlawfully accelerated the death of Mulisa Safia F, age 8 years, and 34 others between the age of 5 months to 13 years by inviting them for a children fun fair program but failed to provide adequate security/medical facility to prevent stampede at the venue and thereby committed an offence contrary to Section 311 stampede at the venue and thereby committed an offence contrary to Section 311 and punishable under Section 319 of the Criminal Cap 36, Volume 2 Laws. Volume 2 Laws of Oyo State of Nigeria 2000. Count 3. That you, Naomi Ogunwusi F. Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat M. Fasasi Abdullahi Babatunde M. and others now at large on the 18th day of December 2024 between 5 o'clock a.m. and 8 o'clock a.m. at Islamic High School, Babatunde area, Ibadan, in the Ibadan Magistrate District, did conspire with one another to commit an offence to with negligence act, causing harm, and thereby committed an offence contrary to Section 517 of the Criminal Code Cap 38, Volume 2, Laws of Oyo State of Nigeria 2000, and count IV, that you, Naomi Sikonlala Ogunwusi F. and Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat M. Fasasi Abdullahi Babatunde M. and others now at large on the same date, time, and place in the aforementioned magistrates did unlawfully admit to provide adequate security/medical facility and a conducive atmosphere to prevent stampede at a children fun fair program before inviting them to the venue. Anyway, my correct people, then we all know that many Nigerians are speaking against the illegal, or will I say illegal, no more illegal, the detention of Naomi and others as a result of this fun fair stampede that occurred on 18th of this month, which is December 2024. You know, some certain things can happen at any time. According to the news flying, they said that Queen Naomi, that this is not her first time of organizing fun fair during Christmas festive for children. Unfortunately, we all know that some certain things can happen sometimes. For instance, you might be going to work, or let's say your shop, using same road every day. Unfortunately, something can happen any day. You cannot say, I've been going here before every time this. You cannot blame yourself because tragedy can occur at any time. Life is full of risky. And sometimes, even if you mitigate against risk might still occur. You cannot question why the thing you used to mitigate against risk did not happen. Because risk is inevitable. Do you understand? The occurrence of risk is what we cannot actually determine. You cannot say, okay, risk must surely happen, or this must surely happen. You might plan to mitigate it, and at the end of the day, it will still not occur. So some certain things can happen at any time, even without your prior knowledge. Even after you even try to prevent it, might still occur. Do you understand it? So we all know that the blame now should go to the Nigerian government because they have failed as a government. They have failed as a leader. They are not leading the country in a better way. At this moment, we all know that the things that are happening in the economy at this moment is nothing but hunger. If actually that things are moving well, I don't see any reason why every mother will be pushing their children, go and collect bag of rice, go there, they're sharing rice, they're sharing money, this and that and this. Do you understand this? I don't see the reason. But because of hunger is too much in the economy, that is why anywhere they are sharing a bag of rice, you will see them rushing. See the one that happened in Abuja. You guys saw what the eyewitnesses said. And when the gate was opened, everybody was rushing. To tell you that people we are, you understand that people we are marching. Where are our mind as well? We value bag of rice to people's life. This is where I am blaming Nigerians. This is where I am also blaming not just the organizers, the people that went to share that food, that went to benefit from that particular funfair, for that particular Christmas giveaway. I am blaming the individuals that went there. You that were busy marching on your fellow human being because of bag of rice. What stop you from trying to give a helping hand for them to stand up? People were abusing marching on your fellow human being because of bag of rice. It shows that you value food more than your fellow human being. Yes. Do you understand? The organizer wouldn't even know that something is happening, but you that is working, you already know that something is going on. Something is happening. Where are our conscience? We blame the government, yes, but I blame you too. You will see that your fellow human being have already fallen. Why can't you give them a helping hand for them to stand up? That makes us a good human being. Do you understand it? Anyway, my correct people, the way to I can't talk concerning this matter. Because the way things are going, everyone is appointing accusing figures of the government, including I myself. But I'm also blaming the people that went to that particular venue. What stopped you from helping your fellow human being? Why did you people value a bag of rice to that of your fellow human being lives? Do you see it? It shows that even if you all that went to that venue happens to be the government in government today, you will still do worse more than the so-called president government are doing. We are complaining, blaming the government. Who are you in your own vicinity? What kind of person are you? And when my people them not be smart what you got to talk concern this matter. I beg feel free to drop your comment in the comment section. Tell us your mind. What do you have to say concerning this particular scenario and these people's thoughts and this tragedy that before so many people's lives, both the one that happened in Onisha of Anambra State, the one that cleansed people's lives in the Bodon, and the one that happened at Abuja. What do you have to say concerning all this? If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, do want to subscribe. Turn on the notification button so that you get notified whenever we post our latest content. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.